My name is Harper Reed. I'm 32 now, and I have a small home office in a rented duplex in Denver. The walls are covered in sticky notes and mood boards, colors, fonts, wireframes, user flows. My desk is a mess of dual monitors, a tablet with a cracked corner, and a half-dead succulent Riley keeps trying to revive. There's a window that looks at the neighbor's fence, but if I lean right I can see the mountains on clear days. I run a one-woman accessibility consultancy. I help apps and websites make sure blind users can navigate them, deaf users can understand videos, and people with motor disabilities can click without pain. It pays the bills. It matters. And every time a client says, "We never thought about that," I feel like I'm fixing something that was broken long before code existed. 7 years ago I was 25, standing outside my parents' house on Christmas Eve in a barista apron that still smelled like burnt espresso. I'd just finished my shift at the coffee shop downtown. Extra hours for holiday tips. My phone buzzed as I walked up the driveway. Text from Mom. "We need space from your lifestyle choices. Wi-Fi password and door code changed. Don't come in tonight. Merry Christmas." I stared at the screen. The little snowflake emoji at the end made it worse somehow. I tried the door anyway. Red light on the keypad. Tried the app, access denied. I knocked. No answer. Lights were on inside, warm glow through the curtains, but no one came. I stood on the porch for maybe 10 minutes. Snow started falling, soft and quiet, like it was trying not to embarrass me. Then I turned around and walked back to my car. Slept in the Walmart parking lot that night. Seat all the way back, coat over me, engine off to save gas. Woke up Christmas morning to a security guard tapping on the window. "You okay, miss?" I nodded. Lied. Drove to a gas station, brushed my teeth in the bathroom, bought a coffee with the last of my tips, and went to work like nothing happened. They didn't call. Didn't text. Didn't explain. My brother Ethan sent one message 2 days later. "Mom said you decided to move out. Hope you're okay." I didn't reply. What was there to say? For the next 4 years I was everywhere and nowhere. Couch surfed with friends until I wore out welcomes. Dog walked in the mornings, pockets full of treats and poop bags. Delivered food at night, rain, snow, drunk customers who tipped in quarters or not at all. Freelance transcription when I could get it. Typing out podcasts and interviews until my fingers cramped. I slept in my car more nights than I want to count. Walmart lots, rest stops, quiet streets where no one would notice. I kept a blanket, a pillow, a charger that plugged into the cigarette lighter. I learned how to fold myself small enough to disappear. But I kept learning too. At night, when deliveries were slow, I sat in the car with my phone hotspot and watched free UX design tutorials on YouTube. Night classes at the community college. Online when I could, in person when I couldn't avoid it. I paid with tips and scraped together loans. Learned wireframing, user flows, color contrast ratios for accessibility. Built a portfolio on a free site. Applied to remote jobs until my inbox was full of rejections. Then one stuck. Junior UX designer at a small tech firm. Remote. Paid okay. Health insurance. I cried in the car when I got the offer email. Not loud, just quiet, shaky breaths. I moved into the cheapest studio I could find. Bought a secondhand desk off Craigslist. Started saving for a real bed instead of an air mattress. The side hustle came later. I noticed how many apps ignored screen readers, how many sites had tiny text and no alt tags. I started offering freelance accessibility audits. Cheap at first, just to build proof. Clients trickled in. Nonprofits. Small startups. A queer dating app that wanted to get it right. Word spread in accessibility circles. I raised my rates. Quit the day job. Went full-time consultancy. Built a simple website. Added testimonials. Kept it honest, no fluff. Last spring I got invited to speak at a major design conference in Seattle. Keynote slot. 20 minutes on designing for the people you don't see. I talked about blind users who can't shop online, deaf users who miss video content, motor-impaired users who rage-quit forms that require perfect clicks. I talked about my own invisibility, not the disability kind, the family kind. How being erased teaches you how to see what others miss. The room was quiet when I finished. Then applause. Standing ovation. I walked off stage shaking. The clip went viral. Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok edits with captions like, "This is why accessibility matters." A TEDx organizer reached out. Magazines quoted me. My inbox filled with speaking requests, client inquiries, thank yous from strangers who finally felt seen. That's when they remembered I existed. First came Mom's email. Subject: Saw your talk. We're so proud. I opened it in my office at 2 a.m., coffee gone cold. Honey, your speech was beautiful. We cried watching it. We made mistakes. Your choices were hard for us to understand. We thought space would help. We never stopped loving you. Your dad's diabetes is worse. Medical bills are piling up. If you could help even a little, it would mean the world. We'd love to see you. Maybe come home for the holidays? We miss you. Love, Mom. I stared at the words until they stopped making sense. Dad emailed next. Impressive work. We always knew you were smart. Things are tight here. A loan would help with Dad's treatments. We'll pay you back. Let's move past this. Then Ethan. Hey sis. Your TED clip is everywhere. Mom watches it on repeat. Dad's not doing great. Bills are killing them. I've got a kid now. Your niece asks about you. If you could spare something for old time's sake, we'd be grateful. Old time's sake. I thought about Christmas Eve. The changed code. The locked door. The snow on my windshield while I tried to sleep upright. The years I ate ramen so I could afford textbooks. The nights I drove strangers home while they laughed about their families, and I pretended mine still existed. I opened a reply. Typed one sentence. I graduated. You weren't there. I built this without you. I'm keeping it that way. Sent. Blocked them all. I didn't go home for the holidays. I hosted an open studio night instead. Friends, clients, strangers who'd seen the talk. We ate takeout, drank cheap wine, looked at mood boards, talked about design and belonging. Riley played DJ. Scout slept on the couch. No one asked about my parents. No one had to. Sometimes I still drive past Walmart lots and feel the old ache. But it's smaller now. Faded. Like an old scar that only hurts when the weather changes. I keep designing. Keep auditing. Keep making things accessible for people who deserve to be seen. I keep choosing the family that shows up. Riley's hand in mine, Scout snores at night, clients who say thank you like it means everything. They thought locking me out would make me disappear. Instead it made me visible, to myself, to the world, to the people who matter. And that's the only home I need.